Welcome back to class, everybody. It's been a while. I know it has. I'm sorry. So we're going to cover today one of the third big powers of that kind of Roman era. Because we covered the hoplites, we covered the Romans. Now we're going to cover the Egyptians. For those of you who don't know, Egypt used to be one of the greatest powers of its region. Early on, it was beset on all sides by other tribes and African kingdoms and Middle Eastern kingdoms that wanted to just crush it because it was located right on the Nile, which is a massive source of water needed for farming and just to sustain life. Even though I don't think you can drink directly out of the Nile, I'm fairly sure it's salt water. The plants can still live off of it, because a lot of the salt gets filtered out as it goes to the ground and kind of trickles out and becomes fresh water that everything around the Nile can sustain themselves with. So being based around the Nile and seizing the Nile made Egypt massive very early on. They also learned from the tribes that were attacking them. Early on, Egypt only had, sharpened sticks and stone blades to kind of defend themselves. Sorry, I'm fixing the straps on my controllers here. They later learned bronze forging from some of their neighboring assholes, and then they learned phalanx formations and strict drilling, and they essentially learned from their opponents and took little bits and pieces that they thought they could make work. And it worked so well that Egypt exploded into one of the largest kingdoms in the region. Some of the weapons that got them there. The bronze-tipped spear. Now, this isn't an Egyptian style. This is just the Mycenaean spear. But, yeah, a spear is a spear is a spear is a spear is a spear. Especially when it's as simple as a bronze-tipped spear. So, it'll work. The second thing, I looked high and low and middle, and I could not find it. The third thing was the Egyptian shield, which is very unique because it looks like a door. Honestly, like it is this shape. It's curved at the top, flat across the bottom, and had a handle right about here. And it would just, its weight here at the bottom held it vertically. So if something at the bottom hit it, it'd have to kick all that weight back. Meanwhile, the rounded top here kind of made the top lighter so that the shield would hang. Anywho, the closest thing I can get to it is my tower shield here. I was going to use the Roman scutum, but from as many photos as I could look, the scutum has way too much of a curve in its design around the body. Theirs were more flat like this. So I'm going tower shield. Another thing, spears and shields are nice, but if somebody closes that gap, you're going to need a way to deal with it. The first way that the Egyptians dealt with it was with something that works beautifully against armored and unarmored opponent. This is called the Epsilon axe. In here, I don't know if that's the actual official name of it. I just call it the Egyptian battle axe because, my God, is that a very efficient axe blade for the time. So this curve here means that when the axe hits your opponent, it's not going to get stuck in them. And even if it does get stuck into their body like that, you don't have to pull straight out. You can grip and roll it out like that. It can roll either direction to pop your blade out of your opponent, which means that unlike later on axes, things like this hatchet, for instance, when that blade sinks all the way into an opponent, oh geez, even the handle went in. You need to pull something like this straight out. If you try to roll, you're going to be pushing this blunt part of the axe up inside the body and up into the armor, especially if it's metal. That's not going to pull out evenly. You need to chunk straight back out. Curved blades like this didn't have to worry about that. The downside is, because it's such a curve and so much surface area, your cuts weren't going to be as deep against armor. especially against thick armor. You're going to have a lot harder time cutting into that. Against lightly armored or against no armored opponents, this is going to take full ass limbs off. All right. Not to mention, if because you got such a long handle, I've got some good reach on that. But if things got a little messy, or if I'm wearing it here on my hip, and let's say this was a bit more risk, I would grab it up here in one of these eye slits, pull it out, and then punch with it to get space. If I don't have room to swing this, I can bite up here in these little loops, and I can push back with that axe. I can push an opponent back with that blade. And if that's, again, a lightly armored opponent, that jab right there is just going to chunk into their body. Not to mention, my hand is protected. If somebody swings a blade down at me, it's going to hit my blade. Hopefully it won't go over my blade into my hand. But I could probably block a sword with that right there. So after the axe, naturally comes the sword, as it is usually the undisputed ruler of medieval combat, just for its large cutting surface area. And the fact that most swords can thrust and blah, blah, blah. Moving on. The Kopesh. I actually own one of these. Not a metal one, regrettably. The one I own is polypropylene, but it's incredibly similar in shape. So this part here is unsharpened. It's actually quite dull. Oh, shit. It's actually quite dull. This one, it's sharpened, and that is nice. But normally, that's your blocking surface right there. That is your dedicated blocking area. You'd block, the blade would hit, and then you'd catch it in this little nook right here. You'd catch their blade in that nook, and that allowed you to pull their blade off to the side, allowing you to take your tip, which is lined up fairly well with the handle, and come back with a thrust. Or you could hit, and it'd slant in, and then you could punch down on their blade, roll yours up, and chop back down. This little nook here on the back was so, like, if a guy on horseback's coming by, I could bring this up, try and catch him with that nook, and pull him off his mount. I could try and pull him down. Or if somebody has their tower shield up, I can catch it on the nook, try and pull their shield down, and go over top of it, and jab him in the face. So it was an incredibly versatile weapon. The best part about it, by far, though, is this curve with slight forward pitch. That meant that this thing will slice very similar. Nope. Very similar to how the Epsilon slices. See how that curve? It's not as drastic, but it is similar. That meant that this thing had nearly the same cutting potential as this on a hack. But it's a longer blade, lighter blade, well, lighter in general because it doesn't have the giant, metal handle. But it was a lighter blade that still had just as much bam while not risking any slicing potential, drawing something across that forward push. Honestly, they're nasty weapons. Nasty pieces of work, but I love them. I love ingenuity in weapons. I love how designed some of these weapons are just to kill. Like, they had to put serious thought into a weapon this versatile. And it is a shame that when iron and steel became more popular and they couldn't melt that stuff down to a liquid the same way you could with bronze, that casting this stuff was nearly impossible. Therefore, they were no longer made. Egypt moved on to more straight swords or less fancy-looking blades because they were easier to make, and that breaks my heart. But moving on, the Egyptians were also very known for their archers, which they mostly got from like Sumeria and Persia. That's where they learned this kind of trade. The composite bow. I'm not going to bring one with me because my shit isn't good for bows anyways, but the composite bow was their bow of choice out there because it had shorter range or shorter size, but did not lack any power compared to like longbows and the whatnot. But mostly the fact that these kinds of bows were so freaking accurate in the right hands. Because like a longbow can be accurate, but you need to hold the bow right. There's a lot of murmur, and you can't ride a horse with it. Horse-mounted archers with a composite bow, you're riding dun 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 dun, boom, boom, boom. And I know dry firing a bow is terrible for it. Thank God we're in a video game. But they're just letting arrows off the chain with one of those things. So, yes. And granted, they wouldn't be on horseback. They'd be in chariots, or they'd be on the backs of war elephants. But you know what I mean. So, all right. Let's get into the fun of it. All right. This is the reason you're all here. Let me just check my surroundings here. I don't want to punch that desk. I did it earlier today. Just kind of try to reacclimate to VR, and my God, did that hurt? We're gonna go short length, medium difficulty, because they did not just have to contend with like barbarians and shit, and like the lesser African tribes. They also had to contend with other successor kingdoms, like the Seleucid Empire. And they had to contend with, kingdoms that knew what the fuck they were doing, like the Kush and the Nabateans and the Nubians. So they had some enemies, even Rome there for a while. So they're definitely fighting leather armored people. The occasional, I mean, not metal plate like what I'm gonna be up against, but enemies in thicker armor, definitely. So, yeah. Huh. Oh, here we go. Oh, there's one, two lightly armored. All right, if she goes back inside, I'll make my move. Oh, she's moving way the hell down there. Oh, there's a third. There's a third guy right there. And I know you're tracking from my right eye, and I can't even see out of my right eye. Like, 'cause, my right eye, fuck, yo. So, I look back at my Rome video, and that was one of the things that kind of destroyed my will to record, was that, like, using things like a tower shield, if I'm holding it here ready to go, I can still see around this shield. But you guys probably just see a shield, So I'll need to keep in mind to hold it down here, so I'm not blocking my right side too much, so you guys can still see. Fuck it. I'll go in slow. I don't think he's moving. He looks like he's in metal. Oh, here we go. Oh. Oh, I took her weapon out of her hand. Is she going all the... Whoa! Oh, Jesus. Get him before he gets away! Oh, fuck. Oh. I'm down here now. Oh, well, that's no good. Whoa! He's still alive! Hold him under! Hold him under! It's okay. It's okay. Come on. Where is it? No. There. Is he dead? No! He's not dead! Get off of there. I can't even see him that well. There we go. Now I know he's dead. Okay, I was worried I was going to come back through the fog and you were going to be gone. Oh. No. Okay. Oh. I don't think I even killed the third one. Oh, I did. Just in case. Just gonna, there we go. Holy crap, that was a rough start. Oh, this isn't even the way I'm supposed to go. I'm probably supposed to go the waterfall route. Oh shit. Whoa. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna do something real quick. I forgot I was fucking around earlier, so I need to turn infinite focus off. I'm keeping fall damage disabled just because of little Vippa heads he does like that would kill me. I'm not using any javelins or anything like that, so I don't need to worry about like stack counts. And yes, I still do get the one heal that. No, this is a bad place for that. Here we go. Alright, I'm a crouch IRL. Ha! Ew, I took a little damage. Just, ha! Jumped ya, bitch! Alright, I gotta go up the rope. Man. That's not good. Try and bum rush him. Try and bum rush him. Get him with the axe. And then move on to her. No, I'm gonna wait for him to walk this way. I'm gonna there so my right-eyed viewers can see. I'm gonna wait for that bastard to walk his way this way. And then I'm gonna jump him. He is gonna walk this way, isn't he? I don't think he's gonna walk this way. Alright. This is probably not the right weapon combo. But fuck it. All right. Okay. Oh, that's convenient. They leave you an axe. In case one of your weapons can't hang from the zip line. Oh, oh no! I did not know the Kopesh would almost work for that. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is bad. Okay, I got this. I got an idea. Nope. Shit. Oh, I'm gonna die, aren't I? Oh, yes! Fuck yes! Come on, grab it. Grab something. Yes! Okay, I'm gonna take the axe provided. Okay, but first I'm gonna think this through. We got leather armor, steel armor, and one more walking around over there. So I'm gonna come off the zip line straight at him. Then I'm gonna turn him a deal with you. I'm gonna use spear shield combat on this bridge. Cause it's nice and somewhat like open. Or it's congested, but oh! I almost died twice. Just buried the axe in her. Dude, I came off that. I just buried the axe in her face. There it goes. Alright. Nope. No! Oh, Jesus. Ouch. Taking damage. This is a bad shield for bashing. My spear! No. Oh, got it. I'll fight you with just a tip. On God. Oh, on God. Oh, yes. Oh, jeez. See, I've got him backed up. I just gotta advance enough to stab him. Okay, choke up a little. For accuracy. There we go. Whew. Whoa! Yeah, see, like a lunge jump like that would fucking kill me if I had fall damage enabled. I don't know what controls the... Okay, you know what? You guys are getting... I'm getting sick of being pushed off of ledges. So I'm putting those away. But see, in a nice hallway like this, where it's a straight fucking line, a spear and shield is the perfect combination. Oh. Ew. Nice and blue. Oh, here we go. Alright. Bum rush her. Right now. She's down. Move on to the next guy. There we go. Get to a defensible location. Come on, climb it. There we go. Forget about the person behind you for now. Keep going. Keep pushing. Bam! Okay. I can fight here. I can do this. Oh no, she's behind me. Turn around. Come back in. I gotta remember how long this spear is. Ow. Oh god, I got the arrow to the chest. I had to put that away. Alright. Oh. Get out of there. Whoa. Oh! He shot me through the shield. He got my arm through the shield. How am I doing on health? Oof. Oofta. Alright. Yeah. Hits hard. You're still alive? There we go. Drop a body on you. Oh my god, it worked. Hold on. Oh shit, this is a bad idea. Hey, he's got my axe. I am the superior wielder of it. Look out. Ow. Alright, put that away. Yeah. Oh, get off my hand. Whoa. Oh, this is unfair. Alright. Tucking away to use my one heal. And my Kopesh has been taken from me. So... Seriously? Give me back my Kopesh. Oh, there we go. That was weird how that was stuck in his body. Come on, climb it. Oh, geez, you're right there. All right. You're dead. There we go. I had to get at least one arm decap with this. Where's the way forward? Back through a hole in the ground. Wunderbar. I think it's just onto the boat now. Yep. Whee! Whee! Oh shit. Ta-da! Boat time! Oh, yeah. Axons and falchions pack a punch and can bite into armor with enough force, as well as be especially good at dismembering. Anywho, alright. So, that was a good one. That was a pretty good run, actually. I felt pretty good about that. Their ability to use the Mycenaean spear and shield there, they're little, because the Egyptians, I mean, they even had pikes, man. So my ability to kind of hole up back there and thrust would have been a lot better if I'd had a place to hole up. Like, I tried standing at the edge of that bridge, but the enemy just kept pushing past me on my left and my right. I couldn't like fully seal off the bridge. Plus, I'm a little rusty. That might have just been me. Like we got to take all this with a grain of salt. I'm a bit rusty at murdering people. The Epsilon axe did not fail to impress me though. This thing hit, and every hit, I mean, even though every hit wasn't a kill, every hit was a stun. Like every hit with this made someone go bleh, bleh, move their bodies. Some of them just straight took limbs off. So like, here, I'm gonna do this in front of the mirror. So like every hit was like boosh, boosh, knocking people around. Every hit with this hurt. Can't say the same about this. Kind of due to the way the physics of the weapon registered. He got stabbed with like the handle or something, or he got stabbed with like a part right here and it fed through his body and had to pull it out that way. I don't get it, but its slicing is good. It is a good weapon. It's a little short, it's not very long, but it does make for a good backup weapon, especially if I didn't have my axe and somebody's pushing up on me and I had my shield out, I had my spear out here, and somebody pushes up on me, let's just I could see in the mirror how that failed. All right, get rid of the Epsilon axe for a second, put you there. So like, let's say I got this setup going, right? And they're pushing in and they're too close for me to stab with my spear, which a few of those guys were. A few of them got in a little too close. So I could take my spear, pitch my spear, get out this, and while they're still pressed up on my shield, I can hit them, because that curve, as you can see, goes out past the edge of my shield. It goes out past the edge of my shield a little bit. So I could reach around my shield with that, or I could come over top and I can hack down on them with it, or I can try and stab around with that point there. I can try and stab them around my shield. So a beautifully designed weapon. Hands off to it. I wish I could have got a bit more lethality test with it, but I was just too happy. Just too happy with the Epsilon doing its fucking thing. So, on offense, I gotta give these Egyptians like at least I mean they had a way to counter chain. They had the spear. And they have an axe, which a spear and an axe is a great way to counter chain, to counter that thicker armor. Now, granted, not the best axe for chain, this guy, because of his big rounded front, but the fact that he has so much weight behind him and a solid metal, like look at that. That handle, that's all bronze. So even defensively, that axe is not a bad choice. You can block with its handle. So I gotta give them at least an A for offense, B plus A minus range. They're not the greatest armor crackers, but all their shit works. Let's go B plus. And then for defense, normally they'd have like scale mail or like thick, so some kind of woven clothes, or bronze scale. They'd have leather on. They'd have something on them. I mean, granted, they did have slave troops that would go into battle basically shirtless, but the tower shield and their shape of shield, which again is shaped a lot like that doorway. Tower shields are always going to get a good rating in my book, just because tower shields are amazing at defense. They've got such a large surface area that most of those arrows, I'll admit, should not have hit me. They just shouldn't have, if I was better with my shield. I had my shield over here and I took an arrow in this side of my body. I have a lot of coverage, but it's not going to cover my whole body, obviously, but it does cover down. One arrow went through it, and that impressed me. I didn't know that arrows could damage you through the shield. I mean, it makes sense, because I can stab a person through their shield with the pilum, so it makes sense. But at the same time, man, that is a lot of coverage to protect someone from arrows. I just need to utilize it better. That's the thing. The shield did not let me down. I let me down with the shield. So I'm going to give them the same kind of ratings I gave the Hoplite and the Legionnaire. They're going to be in that A rank. And they're another great civilization, so it makes sense that they're all going to be kind of up there in the A's and B's. Because let's face it, they're there for a reason, man. They're great civilizations for a fucking reason. All right. Next video, we're covering the Celtiberians and Gauls. Now there is a lot to cover in that video. The Celtics, as I'll put it, they're fucking vast. From the Celtiberians in Spain to the Britannics to the fucking Gauls and shit to the Latene Celts, which might be the same thing. Again, I did this research a long time ago. That's going to be a big video. I'm going to apologize in advance. That's going to be a big video. Let's get to it. Class dismissed. Egyptians. A.